Autism Spectrum Disorder and Its Implications on Education by Irma Perez. What is autism? Autism spectrum disorder is a type of neurodevelopmental disorder that affects social communication skills, behavior, and interests. Did you know that the prevalence of ASD has increased in recent years, with around 1 in 59 children in the US are now being diagnosed with autism? Autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disability that generally appears before the age of 3. Individuals with autism have a difficult time communicating, showing social interactions, difficulty behaviors, and show little interest or too much interest. Teachers have a significant role in supporting students with autism spectrum disorder as they need to understand the implications of the disorder on a learning and teaching basis. Some individuals have a difficult time transitioning from one activity to the next or get fixated on one particular activity. Most people believe that just because a person on the autism spectrum disorder is nonverbal, they are unable to read or write or understand what's going on around them. But just like it says on the name autism spectrum disorder, there's not one thing or not one autistic person is the same as the other because it's a spectrum. How does ASD impact the brain? Understanding how autism affects the brain is crucial in helping us comprehend why some students with autism face difficulties with certain tasks. Research has shown that autism spectrum disorder affects different regions of the brain, which involve social, cognition, sensory processing, and executive function. The prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for higher order cognitive functions like decision making and social cognition, shows alterations in connectivity and morphology in individuals with autism spectrum disorder. Additionally, abnormalities in the cerebellum have been observed, which affect motor coordination and cognitive function. Studies have reported changes in cortical connectivity, particularly in the regions that are associated with social perception and emotional processing, such as the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. How does autism impact learning? One key point is that many children with autism have trouble socializing with their peers, their teachers, and other people around them. They have difficulties with tuning into other people's speech and behavior in some ways, as typical developing children would. They have a hard time maintaining joint attention. When students with autism spectrum disorder are learning something new, it can trigger a meltdown due to their dislike of change. Some students may have difficulties with transition or moving from one activity to the next, which can impact their learning ability to stay on task. Applications in the classroom. These are different things that can help students with autism spectrum disorder be more part of the class and be able to learn more. One thing is writing and communicating instructions in easy to follow steps, using visual aids such as PECs, or using electronic devices such as an AAC device, being patient and resilient in times of change or little progress, showing the child as much consideration, praise, interest, and support as you can, teaching key words and phrases that will help them in their everyday life, communicating clearly and calmly in a considered tone, creating a calm or personally interesting environment for that student, encouraging speech by working at the student's speed and not over pushing them, provide extra time during transition, incorporate multisensory approaches and adaptive technology to improve engagement, and provide an inclusive learning environment that acknowledges diversity and fosters acceptance. And these are the references. Thank you for your time.